Creative Magic Club.
What's up? This is Sarah Mack and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a six-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I am here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hello, Sarah Mack here, and today I'm going to share my story with you of how I went from a broke hippie to a six-figure CEO. And when I started out as an entrepreneur, I was really burnt out. I was beyond broke, having just finished my master's degree, and I was actually close to homeless. I was living off credit cards in a £5 a night hotel in India. But I knew I was going to do whatever it took to live out my dream of being a location-independent digital nomad with all the freedom that I was craving. I was really done being told where to be and what to do. I was done sacrificing my health for my career, which I had been working in film production before then, really, really long days. And I was done not being able to say yes to all the things I desired to experience in this life. And travel was one of those things that was a major part of my vision for the life that I desired. But the trouble was I had no business skills or training, no mentors, and no investors, friends, or family with capital to help me get started. So I really went all in on the grunt work of figuring out by myself, one small step at a time. And I applied for a bunch of credit cards to live off while I figured out how to make an income in a fun way that would make all of my dreams come true. And I did it. So fast forward 4 years and I had served thousands of clients, launched my second business. The first was a copy agency. The second was my coaching business. And I was celebrating my first six-figure year. So in today's episode, I want to share with you what really moved the needle to transform me from homeless hippie to six-figure CEO, and also share what I would have done differently if I were to do it all over again. So I started out as a burnt out homeless digital nomad. I had basically gone to Bali in Indonesia to help a friend on her business, and a series of unfortunate, unpredictable events meant that business just, went in a different direction, and my, opportunity to get work just like poof, disappeared when I was out there. So I found myself in Indonesia. I had no home to go back to because I'd just put all of my stuff in storage in Vancouver. I'd just finished my master's degree, so I was really in debt and I was really burnt out. And I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know where to go back to. I'd been living in Canada, but I didn't have an apartment there. And I didn't want to go back and work in film production because I knew I needed to recover my health. And so I didn't have an income. So I was like, well, I guess this is my opportunity to figure out this entrepreneurship thing. And as always, when you follow the breadcrumbs, things just seem to, unfold and support you in the direction that you're leaping in. And I'd actually discovered when I was working for my friend's business that I was really good at helping out with her website copy. I also, synchronistically met a couple of freelance writers when I was out there, got chatting to them, and discovered that I could create an income for myself as a writer. Previously had never even considered myself as a writer, even though, I was, and, I'd just finished a master's degree where I was writing 50-page papers. Like, writing was definitely a skill set of mine, but not copywriting. So, I was in this position where money was really obviously like a major stressor. So that really drew me to just be focused on learning about how to make money. And what did I need to know about generating an income for myself? This is like entrepreneurship 101, right? So I did loads of money mindset, and that was really a big piece for me that allowed me to unlock all of those other ideas and strategic pieces and, take the action to start to actually build an income. It only took me a few weeks before I was getting my first clients. I actually started off as an editor because I didn't have any copywriting skills yet. And one thing led to another, and I just started signing more and more clients. And I was using a freelance website. Then I figured out the whole copywriting thing. I figured out the whole digital marketing thing, took some courses, and started, getting really great results for my clients. And it just started to snowball from there. And, I found myself working a lot and, earning enough money to live. Like, I'd replaced my income from working in film production and, had that flexibility in my schedule. I was able to travel. I'd created what I wanted, but I was still, feeling the pinch and not really earning the money that I wanted to be earning. So I really doubled down on money mindset. And that was really the thing that changed everything for me, to jump from a 25K income to a 50K income the next year to a 6-figure income the following year. And so that's one thing that, I knew intuitively I was being because I jumped in with 2 feet first, I made it a non-negotiable to succeed at this. I know that my intuition guided me to the things that were going to move the needle, the fastest, to get me where I wanted to go. And money mindset was a big piece of that. And then the other piece, because obviously I was still recovering from burnout, had very limited energy. I wasn't able to work loads and loads of hours every day, was really building a business around my strengths, which were writing and content creation. That was something that I already had a skill set around, even though I was learning how to, develop it in specific ways for, the digital entrepreneurship world, which is completely different from writing, term papers on philosophy and art analysis, which I was doing in my master's degree. So those are the two really key pieces for me, was money mindset and understanding content strategy, content creation, and really leveraging the skills that I already had and just fine tuning them and tweaking them and learning the specific skills and strategies that would allow me to use those skills to make me money. Before we get back to the episode, I have something exciting to tell you about. There were a couple of key things that changed everything in my life as an entrepreneur that allowed me to bring in 6 figures while working half as many hours and having more fun than ever before in my business. It was money mindset work around how I was doing business, combined with getting good at sharing strategic sales content online. I know you know that this is your year to start hitting your 10K month income goal and living the life of creative freedom and fulfillment you have been dreaming about. You're ready to be consistently attracting total dream soulmate clients through the creative content you're sharing on social media, and you want to be reaching more people, charging higher rates, and working much less. So I'm very excited to invite you to join me in Freedom Club, my mastermind, where you'll receive tailored high-level support to master the skills that will create your dream life and 6-figure dream business starting now. With focused weekly trainings and coaching calls to find the clarity on your content that's going to make you the most money, to design a simple, fun launch strategy you'll enjoy following through on, plus daily support and feedback from me in the Voxer chat, you'll find that sweet spot in your business where you're the most confident in your work, having the most fun, and making the most money. Go to withsarahmac.com/freedom club to apply now. Now let's get back to the episode. So when I think about what I would have done differently, honestly, I'm not a big person that regrets things or looks back and kind of gives myself a hard time. And I always think everything is unfolding perfectly, but there are a few things that I would have done differently. So I think just really recognizing that skill building is really important. But even more important than that is the mindset work. And I think that's what I was drawn towards intuitively. And that's what I really invested in heavily, was mindset work and mentorship and just working with people who had already done it, who resonated with me, and then building my skills through their guidance in the way that they had done it, but also, you know, just getting into the mindset of knowing that I could figure it out and do it in my own way. So I think that definitely obviously worked out for me because I rapidly really made progress and started seeing results. I think you know, there were moments where I got complacent and I was like, where I got some good results and then I was like, oh, I'm like successful now, and kind of got complacent and like fell off the bandwagon with the mindset work, with the money mindset work, and just realizing that, you know, it's an undoing process and it's a habit, like cleaning our teeth. Like if you don't want to have stinky breath, clean your teeth every day. Like if you want to continually have an improving and like well-maintained relationship with money, do money mindset work every day. I think the key difference is that nobody taught me, and that I think would have made the biggest difference to me, is hiring a therapist sooner and just acknowledging that, you know, when we're trying to do something different, and especially when it comes to building a business that's based on freedom, that's based on alignment, that's based on creativity, like this is our generation type endeavor, right? Like there's not many people in the previous generation who like have done this, and just recognizing that we're undoing generational patterns, like thought patterns, emotional patterns, you know, behavior patterns within our family system. And a lot of the, you know, stuff that comes up in our relationship with money is connected to childhood trauma. So having a really good trauma-based therapist, that definitely would have been something. And, you know, and I was working with a therapist, and she was amazing. But I wasn't like super consistently committed to it because it was an expense, right? So I think for me, I found it really easy to invest in like business programs and courses, and there was a lot of resistance for me around spending money on things like therapists or body work, and so I would do that a lot more sporadically. But looking back, you know, now I've got over that resistance to really like spending that money and investing, and like doing body work as well, just recognizing that so much of these patterns and stress and tension is held in the body, and that when we feel good, we increase our level of creativity, our performance is just way higher in whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. So I definitely would have invested in more body work, like acupuncture, osteopathy, massage, things that made me feel really good in my body and allowed me to, you know, like move through some of the stuff that I was going through, because it's rapid transformation, right? Like going from one way of living to making money in super fun ways, like having way more freedom, being able to take care of my health, being able to prioritize more of the things that bring me joy. Like that was like a rapid shift for me. So allowing my body to sort of come along with that process and to integrate and to release those old patterns, I know that that would have, number one, just felt better, and number two, really sped up the integration of that and the release of the old patterns, and to get rid of a lot of the resistances that we come up against when we start stepping into just like feeling good and experiencing really good things that we've never experienced before. So I recommend that all my clients work with a therapist while we're diving deep into money mindset work, shifting our internal narratives around what's possible for us, giving ourselves permission to do the things that we're really excited by, to go for more money, to go for those dream clients and launch the things that, you know, in the way that brings so much freedom and fun and business. And I think it's just like a really perfect accompaniment, because our emotions literally drive every single decision that we make. So it just makes sense that we work with professionals who know how to support you to make those changes. But I think the things that worked out really well for me, that I'm really glad I, you know, was intuitively led to and continue to build my skill around and focus around in my business as I'm growing even today, is money mindset work and improving my relationship with money and my habits and my health in my relationship with money, and content strategy, because I love creating content. I love to write. I'm a writer. I'm a creator. I love to play and make creative content. I love to collaborate. I love to reach people. I love to experiment. So those two things have been the mainstay throughout my business, and continue to work for me and continue to allow me to have so much fun. So reflect, where are you in your relationship with money mindset? Where are you in your relationship with your business? And where are you actually focusing the majority of your time and energy around your strengths? And, what might look differently if you were to make a few tweaks to make it even more fun and even more aligned and even more focused on the things that you love? What could that next level look like? And, how are you taking care of yourself? Like, when was the last time you booked a health appointment or a spa or a self-care appointment? When was the last time, you worked with someone who knows what they're talking about, who you can just fast track those insights and allow you to feel really supported so that you can perform at your highest level of creativity? These are honestly the things I think make the biggest difference in not only your business, but your level of enjoyment of being able to actually have your creative ideas and to execute on them and to enjoy celebrating the results that come from that. So if you're curious to hear, all the ins and outs of exactly what got me to my 6-figure business, I actually put all of that information from the energy management to the content strategy to the money mindset to the business building and outsourcing and team building inside one program, which is Tell Stories That Sell, which is currently on offer for enrollment. I love and adore this program. It's truly, truly life-changing. So if that is calling to you or you're interested, head over to withsarahmac.com under the Work With Me tab to check it out. So please share your comments, share what came up for you around this conversation. When you look back on, creating what you've created today, if you can do it again, what would you do differently? I'd be so curious to hear your insights. And please share this with anybody who would benefit from this conversation. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love. Have an amazing day. Bye.
For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing.